What's up, and welcome in to Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Thanks so much for downloading the podcast and checking us out on YouTube. YouTube.com. Look for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment to all the content we have here on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood as we get ready for LA versus space. But first, the reason why we're here is because of Alexander James Whiskey. It's the official whiskey of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Got a chance to talk to the founder, Jesse Stewart. That's in the archives on the podcast and also on YouTube. Check out that conversation. Why did a Chicago kid decide to make his own whiskey? You can find out from Jesse Stewart and YouTube, youtube.com. Look for Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood right there. So we want you to go to the bio of this podcast. It's right there, alexanderjameswhiskey.com. See where you could find this bottle on a shelf near you. It's always handy, especially on a cold night in Chicago, the Midwest, the South, the Northeast. Hey, they have Alexander James Whiskey, but find it on the website, alexanderjameswhiskey.com. Indeed, today is LA versus space. The guys are back, and we got so many great topics on LA versus space. As always, we have 4 questions, 5 minutes apiece that the guys have to answer. And, of course, there's always some bonus stuff, too, as we bring in our guys, LA and space, right here on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Gentlemen.
What up, Hoodie? What's up,
Yo, what up, fellas? How y'all feeling?
I'm hiding my face today because my beloved Bears didn't get it done this past Sunday. I'm still proud of my boys. They put up a good fight. They gave us a great season, and bravo to the 2025 Chicago Bears. I think the best is yet to come going forward.
Come on, NFC North
Okay,
champions,
I'm back.
man. You gotta say it with some energy.
I'm back. I'm back now.
Say it with your chest. You know,
say it with your chest.
We still held it down. You know,
we're here. Okay. We're here now. I think the Bears have announced their arrival on the scene of the NFL as far as contenders go, and I think the best is yet to come, as I stated before, and they're going to be around for a while. As long as this coach and quarterback combo stays healthy and they shore up that defensive line and be able to put a little bit more pressure on the opposing team's quarterbacks, the sky's the limit. The Bears are a few plays away from advancing to the NFC Championship game, and if they were able to do that and advance to the Super Bowl, hey man, they're as good as any team that's left remaining. I mean, what's over there in the AFC? I mean, you got another young quarterback over there in New England, and Denver basically doesn't have a quarterback right now. Jarrett Stidham. No disrespect to the Stidham family, but this guy hasn't started a game in how long? You know, what are you going to get out of him at home? I think they're going to have the ball out 40 times.
Yeah. Bottom line, the champion's coming out the NFC. You know, so you can't be upset. You can't be mad. Yeah, our Bears not in it, but, you know, we held it down. We did our thing. We were a little premature, you know.
Yeah,
but
the little ahead of schedule. A little ahead of schedule.
Oh, yeah.
I've had that problem before, but I've had that problem as well, but I've got pills right here in the drawer just in case.
It's the family show. We're going to keep things PG-13. No, it's not. We can say whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, not my family. It's a family show somewhere, but not this family. I don't know. Outside that door, it's not this family. That's for sure. So, guys, we got our topics ready. So now LA is out of mourning. That was a quick funeral, by the way. He was out of mourning.
Like I said, it's a bonus season now. Bonus season. That's okay. We're good. We're here to stay now.
All right, we're getting ready now for LA versus space. We're going to get that first question started here on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Let's get to that first question because this will tell a great story. Let's see here. Yes, our first question on the board. Why did the Bears lose against the Rams in the playoffs? LA, you stars first. 5 minutes on the clock.
I don't think there's a singular reason why the Bears fell Sunday. There's a multitude of reasons. I mean, Ben Johnson leaving points on the board early. Rome Odunze having Edward Scissorhands moment on the first drive where he dropped the ball. Caleb Williams selling a throw to Victor Wembanyama's on stilts on that fourth down play that got picked off. There's a multitude of reasons why they lost that game. Failure to execute on short yardage on third and fourth downs when they only needed a yard or two to convert some first down or for a touchdown. There's so many plays you know, at times as an athlete, when you play, you rather get blown away. That way, you know that the other team was just better than you that day. But when you lose you get to examine 97 different things. You know, the play to DJ Moore in overtime. Did he run the wrong route? Was there a miscommunication between him and Caleb Williams? Did he pull up on the route? Was he even an option on the route? There's so many questions to be asked. So I don't think there's a singular reason. But if you had to place the ilk of the blame, the bulk of the blame, shall I say, on one thing, you'd have to go with the coaching decisions made by Coach Ben Johnson. I don't have a problem with on fourth down because that's who he is. Be who you are. If you're going to lose the way that you like to coach, the way that you like to play. Don't cower when it's prime time and say, well, you know, it's 4th and half of a yard, and no, let's kick the field goal. No, be who you are. Don't apologize for it. Now, when you're in that unemployment line in the future, no unemployment line because you decided to be that person and it didn't work out in the end, and you get shunned for it. But again, I hate to put it on one entity or one individual. There's several. Williams with 3 interceptions. The defense, they did more. You held the highest scoring team in the league to 17 points in regulation. If you told any Bear fan going into that game that's what was going to happen, everyone would have been making plans with their friends and which bar they're going to attend and who they were going to watch the game with next week together with. That's what we'd be doing. And that's my answer. No single answer, but if you're going to put it on one person or one entity, you got to go with the head coach because he sets the tone to everything else that falls into place.
LA, I hate to agree with you all the time, man, but I gotta agree with you. You ain't lying. The drop passes, that was huge. Rome, you gotta get it together. You still coming back from injury, but you got to get it together. Shout out to our defensive coordinator, Dennis Allen, did his thing. He outcoached Sean McVay when it comes to the offense. So our defense wasn't the thing that let us down. It was coaching on the offensive end. It was our head coach. And again, I don't mind Ben Johnson going for it. Like you said, that's who you are. So be who you are. Don't change it up just because this game really, really matters. No, but it's the decision making with those 4th downs. 4th and 1, 4th and 2, you get throw a pass intercepted. 4th and 3, that's when you throw the TD to DJ Moore. 4th and 1, Manungai runs it and gets no gain.
No, stone.
Then I send you guys a message. I say, what's wrong with the QB sneak? Why can't we? I get it. You want to go over there and overpower them, but what's wrong with Caleb?
You got it in overtime. You got it in overtime.
But we got it in 3rd quarter too. 3rd and 1, QB sneak. Caleb Williams gains 2 yards with that. 4th and 1, in overtime, he gained 3 yards. The 4th and goal, he gained from the 2. 4th and goal from the 2. It was an incomplete pass to the young wide receiver, Luther Burton. Burton. That was the problem. You did too much trickery. You got in your own head. No, why not give the ball to Caleb Williams? We trust him with the ball. Let him make the right decision. Sean McVay outcoached our coach when it comes overall bottom line. He outcoached Ben Johnson. Our DC did his thing. Dennis Allen, he did his thing. But we need Ben Johnson to be. Don't try to overthink it. Don't try to go and make the bomb. No, put Caleb down. Let him go right between the guard and go.
I won't even say that that McVay outcoached Ben Johnson. I think Ben Johnson outcoached himself. I think that's what happened.
I can hear that
because McVay made a lot of questionable decisions as well, and a lot of what he wanted to do was work. He got ultra conservative, which is not like himself. So he got in his way as well. It's just that the Bears turned the ball over and they didn't, and that's basically the difference in the game. We don't turn that ball over in overtime. Like I said, I'm making plans to have drinks, some whiskey with you and Hood next Sunday. That's what we're doing.
Facts. Yeah. So it's a growing pain. Ben Johnson got a lot to learn. He just has to, like you said, don't psych himself out. Don't try to make the big play. Don't try to, I had this one in the bag and I want to just run this play. No, get a ball to Caleb Williams and let him get the yard or 2. That's all we need to do.
You got a great offensive line. Work behind them.
Exactly.
Yeah, one thing for sure, guys, is that Ben Johnson, first time as a head coach, he blames himself a lot and has some self-reflection saying Caleb and the offense bailed me out a lot of bad calls that I made. So
Yep.
it's always good to be able to look in the mirror and be like, you know what, even I could be better. Players will respect that when it's one thing
Accountability.
but when you but a coach who, and by the way, the previous coach never was accountable, but this one is, so that's a positive.
Oh yeah,
Yes, it is.
I take that all day long.
Yes, it is.
All right. Our next question here on LA versus space. And please put your comments in as we do our LA versus space show. Who are your top quarterback and head coach combinations in the NFL this season? Space, you start first. 5 minutes on the clock.
Not to be biased, fellas. Not to be biased, but it's hard not to go Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson. That's number one right there. Caleb threw for 3,942 yards. 28 TDs, 7 interceptions. The key number here that not mentioned is the sacks. 24 sacks compared to 68 last year. That's a huge improvement. So number one, in year one, in a new offensive system, and to bring down the sacks, to continue throwing the TDs, limit your mistakes, and put the whole league on notice, you can't help but put them number one on the list. Also, I got Liam Cohen and Trevor Lawrence. They had an excellent season, man. Everybody knew the talent was there for Trevor Lawrence. That's a big dude right there. And he has talent, He threw for 4,000 yards. 4,000 yards, 29 TDs, and 12 interceptions, compared to last year where he only threw 2,000 yards. This man threw 2,000 yards last year, and then he threw 4,000 this year. He had 11 TDs and 7 interceptions last year also. But just the numbers, the big improvement. Everybody was getting to the point to where we thought that Trevor Lawrence might be a bust. I mean, he had some bad coaching through his whole career here in the NFL, but this year it showed that he got the talent. If you put the right mind and the right system around him, oh man, that they're gonna be special over there in Jacksonville. And also they got a good defense. But my third one on my list is Mike Vrabel and Drake May. I don't know if I should give it to Mike Vrabel or if I should give it to Josh McDaniels. But Drake May, forget the numbers. He's second in MVP voting. This kid is just is phenomenal. He put the team on his. Besides Stephon Diggs, who is he throwing the ball to? I know who he's throwing it to. Household names. He got Booty over there. Can't emerge this year. He's going to be a stud.
He's from Louisiana.
Booty. You got the tight end, but he's turning unnamed people into people you got to put on notice. So shout out to them over there. But I give them number 3 as my honorable mention right there.
I think you left the very best coach and quarterback combination in 2025 season off the list. And that's Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford threw for 46 touchdown passes, more than likely will be the most valuable player of the league. He has his team on the precipice of going to their second Super Bowl, and they have to be number 1. I just don't see any other way. This guy he can't move in the pocket. I understand that they have a lot of weapons. I understand they have Puka Nacua and they have Devontae Adams. But before Puka Nacua, he had the other guy who can't be found now, Cooper Kupp. And these aren't household guys. These weren't first-round draft picks. These weren't guys that were highly touted coming out of college. These were nobodies. And that, to me, is the creme de la creme of head coaching and quarterback combinations in the league today. Second, I probably would have to go with Mike Vrabel and Drake May. And third, I am a homer. I got to put my Bears in there with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. I think at some point in time in their careers together, if they remain together, well, they're going to remain together for a while. I think they will be the best quarterback and coach combination in the NFL. But right now, this season, it has to be Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay. They're the best in the league today.
I hear you when you say they're the best, and shout out to them. Like Stafford is going to win the MVP. My thing is when it comes to playing against the best, sometimes they just crap the bed. That I was expecting a lot more from them this game against us. I'm not going to lie. To hold Puka Nacua under 6 receptions with our defense, come on. I was expecting a lot more from that firepower from the offense.
But that's one game. And at the same
against
time,
Seattle.
at the same time, you say that Williams and Johnson are in your top three, and we expected more from the Bears against this Ram team, and that's the very same playoff game. I hate to throw that back at you.
No, I hear you. But here's the thing.
But you can't. It doesn't work just one way.
I hear that. But here's the thing. The Bears are premature. Premature. These guys, they over exceeded expectations from the beginning of the season. Everything that the Bears do is a bonus. They should not have been here. That's the bottom line. Nobody had the Bears even win the playoff game.
But they were. On our first episode, I told you, even though this is a bonus season, you cannot lose at home to the hated team from up north. That's at home. You're the favorite. You're at the crib. You won the division. They're coming into your building. We would have been deflated and defeated and pissed off talking right now today had they lost that game. So once they advanced past that match, once they advanced past the Packers, you playing with house money, but you stayed in the game, and we expected you to have a chance to win, and they did. So no, I don't buy that. Well, they weren't supposed to be here. Look, how did we get? No, you're there. They showed up. They tried to show out. It didn't happen, and it's nothing. But you're going to be the 100 next year. You're not getting that excuse. You're not getting that excuse next year. People are going to be out for your head, and you got to be ready to defend your home turf.
But understand this: when we talk about the best QB and the best quarterback combination, this is year one in the system. Year one with a quarterback and coach, a whole new playbook, a whole new offensive staff, a whole new mindset. Caleb didn't even know how to read film. He didn't know how to watch film before the season. You know what I'm saying?
And yet the same thing happened in New England with a coach and a quarterback and a new system. And that guy is arguably a top 2 candidate for most valuable player in the NFL.
One thing for sure, guys, that this whole league comes down to quarterback and head coach. If you got it, and by the way, you can see the best of the league. The teams are always in the playoffs because the coach and the quarterback are one. They work together. You can look at the bottom of the league, and you always look at the guys who are trying to draft or getting guys from the scrap heap to try to piecemeal a team together. If you don't get the quarterback right in this league, you're not going anywhere. That's the bottom line.
Yeah,
you're not.
You can have the best offensive defensive line and the most prolific wide receiver, but if that quarterback is not right, you can't get to where you want to be.
In the playoffs, there's a tale as old as time. The team that holds on to the football wins the game. Every team that lost this weekend lost a turnover battle. It's no secret. Protect the football.
Heads. Hold on. Watch your head, Space. Watch your head. Boom. The official whiskey of Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. Alexander James Whiskey. Go to alexanderjameswhiskey.com. Or you can come back. So what's the 3 keys, LA? The 3 keys?
You can't turn the football over, man. You just can't turn the football over in the playoffs. It's that simple. You turn the football over. You get a good quarterback coach combo in the playoffs. I don't care how good they are. If you give the ball to the other team, that significantly reduces your chances of winning a football game. And that's a testament to how good Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson are. They turned the ball over 3 times and they lost in overtime. Same thing with the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Turned the ball over 5 times and they lost in overtime on a field goal. And I don't know what the hell C.J. Stroud was doing on Sunday afternoon. That kid, he looks like he's got some head trauma mentally. And it's like he was out there thinking instead of just playing football. And they're 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
So good to see Dr. Atkins here diagnosing the young man. Space, any final thoughts as we move on to topic 3?
Bottom line is you're absolutely correct. You got to get the coaching and quarterback tandem correct. My peace of mind is we got it. We got that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely,
and it's just a testament to shout out Ryan Poles. We're getting off topic, but shout out Ryan Poles for going out and getting at the top of the list. You went out and you shot big. You spent money. This is very new for a Bears organization. We don't do that. We don't spend money on top players, on top coaches, and I'm just excited to see what the future holds.
Space. That's a long fallacy, and I hate to get off topic, Hood. The Bears have always spent money.
On what?
On the wrong things.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
They go up on 63rd and Western buying cars instead of going to the dealership to get something new. That's the Bears. Oh man, I like that 74 Mustang. It doesn't have a motor in it. It doesn't have an engine.
We thank all our sponsors on 63rd and Western for sponsoring LA versus Space. As we move on to topic number 3, and that is who wins this weekend, guys, in the AFC and NFC championship games. Of course, Bears not involved, but that's okay. It's going to be entertaining to see Broncos, Patriots, Seattle Rams. Space, start first. Who wins the AFC and NFC championship games? 5 minutes on the clock.
This is a tough one right here. Do I go offense or defense? Do I go young, brand new head coaches, or do I go the surefire thing with Sean McVay? Do I go? I'm going offense over defense. Seattle has a great defense, and it's 1-1 on the season. But I'm going with the surefire, the MVP, the more firepower offense. I'm going with Devontae Adams coming out of whatever happened last week. We put it on him, and I was expecting more from him, but I think he's going to have a good game. I think Puka Nacua is about to be Puka Nacua. I don't know what happened this week. The Bears had a great plan, but I think Puka Nacua comes out, gets 8 catches, 125 yards. Kyron Williams runs all over them. Blake Corum scores the touchdown. I'm going with the Rams. I'm going with the better mind up there. And personally, I just don't trust their quarterback. I do not trust Sam Darnold, not one bit. He didn't do it in Minnesota. He had a great record last year. Brought them down and made the playoffs. But when it matters most, he chokes. Sam Darnold is known to fumble when it matters. So I don't have no faith in him. I get it. The Rams are just good. The Rams got it going on. They played twice this season. A point differential of total of 3 points. So you got a toss-up game here. Do you want to go home field advantage? Then that's Seattle. But I'm going with the better offense. I'm going with the trusted commodity. Give me the Rams.
Okay. I can't disagree with you on that one. I'm going with both road teams this weekend for different reasons. Obviously, it's tough to beat a team a couple times in the season, and it's very tough to beat up on an opponent who knows you so well and knows what you like to do. And I think the Rams offense, a part of the reason why they couldn't get much going against the Bears was the elements, and they were on the grass, and their quarterback is just a statue. The guy cannot move at all. And the Bears were able to mix in some blitz packages and put some pressure on Stafford and take him off of his square, knock him off of his timing. And they were bumping Nacua and Devontae Adams. And most importantly, they slowed down that running game, which stopped everything. If Seattle was able to do that, then, of course, they're going to have a chance to win this game. But, however, I agree with you. I'm going to go with the more experienced team, with the more experienced quarterback on a faster playing surface, which, in my opinion, benefits the Los Angeles Rams. In the AFC, I cannot, under any circumstances, go with Jarrett Stidham. He's going to have to make a liar out of me. It's that simple. Mike Vrabel knows how to do it as a player. He knows how to do it as a coach. When he was coaching the Titans, he went into New England and beat the big bad Patriots in their building with Tom Brady on the road. I know that he has a young quarterback who struggled a little bit Sunday, but he was playing against the very best defense in the league of those boys that come from Houston, Texas. But I just don't see how the Broncos will be able to score the football on Sunday unless Jarrett Stidham has a Nick Foles moment. He just forgets who he is and has an out-of-body experience. So I'm going to go with both road teams this Sunday. Like you said, experience and quarterbacks, a veteran one in Matthew Stafford who knows how to get things done, and I'm going to go with the younger quarterback in May on the other side. They have the ability to run that football over in New England. Their defense isn't too shabby at all either. So I'm going to go with the
last week,
and that's who I'm going to put on my parlay ticket. And I'll be crying the next time we record, or I'll be buying us a bottle of whiskey.
Hey, we agree wholeheartedly. I'm going
Alexander Jones whiskey. James. Yeah. Alexander James.
Yeah, get it right. Get it right. Alexander James whiskey.
I don't want them. I don't want them sending their representatives over here at me. Alexander James.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, man. I'm going with Drake May and them over there when it comes to the AFC. Like you said, a backup quarterback, Jarrett Stidham, he hasn't thrown a pass in since the second, third week of this season?
Yeah, in a mop-up role.
It literally, mop-up role completely.
And there have been, I think, 3 backups that have won the Super Bowl. I know Don Strock did it for the Dolphins back in the 70s. Jeff Hostetler for the Giants over the Bills, I think in 91. And Nick Foles did it for the Eagles against the Patriots. I think those are the 3 that's off the top of my head. If you out there listening to this podcast and you want to correct me and tell me that there was another one, let me know. Let us know. The world wants to know.
And then we went out and paid Nick Foles. Oh, yeah, that's our quarterback. Oh, he fit to come to Chicago and do it. That's a whole nother topic right there.
Hey, space. We're not going to bring up that Nagy era.
You hear me?
This is what we're not finna do.
It still hurt the heart, man.
This is what we're not finna do.
Still hurt the heart.
We're not going to do this.
I'm definitely going with Vrabel in them. I think Hunter Henry has a good game. The tight end is about to explode. I got confidence and faith in Drake May. I don't know what happened last week. He had a whole lot of turnovers, but I expect
he was playing the very best defense in the league. That's what happened.
Yeah, I agree. Them boys was on him. They were in
the backfield before he got the snap. They were behind. He get a snap. It was all night long.
And imagine we could have had both of them. We could have had Danielle Hunter and we could have had Anderson.
No, we're not talking about old stuff, man. We got it good. We looking forward. Just look. See, I took the car out my rearview mirror because ain't no need to looking back. All right?
I hear you, right?
We're not looking back. Onward forward.
Oh man.
Jarrett Stidham has not thrown a pass in the NFL since 2023.
Oh my goodness.
So in the last couple of years, I have the same amount of action as him in an NFL game. Is that what you're saying?
That's correct. That is correct, sir. Since 2023. So, but what's funny is there was a lot of money in Vegas. Where's that brother, by the way, that could be able to give us the odds? I've never seen a brother that's giving down the odds. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
Yeah. We got to get my boy K-Town Moore, Eric Beverly on the show. They'll give us the odds. They know the odds every single time. I
think we need to bring him in. We need to bring him in because I like to know. But the heavy money's been on Denver to cover this like +5. Like they're going to be close in this game. I'm like, guy hasn't thrown a pass unless you're going to run exclusively and you're going to run over the team. It's not happening. But a lot of money going toward Denver to cover this number. I think it's 5.5.
I've actually been to a game out in Denver when the Bears played out there. They have a very, very, very serious fan base that believes, and I believe that's what it is. That homer money is on the Broncos. That's what it is. That's
Harvey better have an amazing game. You got to have 2 pick sixes out of defense. That is the only way they're going to beat Drake May now. That's it.
Man, you said like it can't happen. Like it can't happen.
Hey, I don't see Drake May having another game like he just had. That's what I don't see.
I can't see it either. So we're looking at a Rams-Patriots rematch in the Super Bowl is what we're both saying.
Oh, yeah, that's what I got. That's where my money's at.
Well, the next time that we're together, we'll have a Super Bowl show. But we got one more question, and it's this one. What do you think of the state of the NBA? Going to have a little extra time on this one. LA, go ahead and start. It's 5 minutes on the clock, but we'll extend the time because this is a complicated topic, that's for sure.
I was at the Bulls game the other night, and it's like the NBA today is just missing something that's just not there. I mean, for the most part, just about every team plays the exact same way with a very few exceptions. There are a few teams that don't just run up and down the court and chuck up threes over and over and over again. You can watch an NBA game and there could be 6 consecutive possessions, 3 on each end, where all they do is shoot threes. They can have a 3-on-1 fast break and they shoot a 3. The post-up game is it's gone. When the last time you saw a team just exploit a mismatch over and over and over again in the paint because that guy was just better than the guy trying to guard him? The Bulls did a little bit of that the other day against the Clippers because they had a few pick and rolls where Vucevic got caught against a smaller guy trying to guard him mouse in the house, and they were trying to exploit that a little bit. But then they go away from it for an entire quarter. And it's like, come on, what is going on? You got centers shooting threes. You got power forward shooting threes. You got point guards shooting threes. You got everybody shooting threes, and it's just, oh my God, it's like it loses your attention span. Your attention span has to be there, and it's just not. That's what makes guys like Victor Wembanyama such a joy to watch and see, because he plays the game differently. And don't even get me started on all of these rule changes that have been changed to benefit the offensive player, and you've pretty much legislated defense completely out of the game. At one point, you could two-hand check, and they took that away. Then they one-hand check, and they took that away. Then you could use your forearm, and then they took that away. And now they have what's called freedom of movement, whereas basically the guy you're allowing to carry the ball, you're allowing the guy to play hopscotch, and they call it the jump stop, or the step back. No, they play hopscotch without the squares on the floor, and then they taking a shot after they pushed off, and then they initiate the contact, and the league said, well, if the offensive player initiates contact, we're going to start calling that. No, they don't, and it's like you think about it, and I hate to be the guy that says, well, back in the day, but it's like you imagine Dominique Wilkins being able to play today where you can't touch him, you can't hand check him, you can't. Jesus, what would he do? What would he do? What would Larry Bird do in today's game? Where he can handle the ball, he can post up, he can shoot the three, and then you can't touch him? Well, it's just ridiculous. The state of the NBA today is heartbreaking, and it siphons all the way back to high school level. Nowadays, kids are playing on 30 AAU teams. A friend of mine came to town from Dallas. His daughter plays high school basketball down in Dallas. She came up and she was playing in a tournament at McCormick Place, and went to go see her play. And we ended up in this one big hall where they have the auto show, and there's like 90 courts. And they were like, well, no, she's not in. Her team is not playing up here. She's downstairs. And we go downstairs on the escalator. We go down there, and there's another 90 courts. And it's like, what the hell? You got these kids playing 5 and 6 games a week, and they practice 1 day a week. Where over in Europe, you have kids that are practicing 5 and 6 games a week, and they play once a week. And now all of a sudden, Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, all the best players in the NBA are from somewhere else. And then these kids go to school for a minute. They come out immediately. There are no veterans on teams to show them the way. You get babies raising babies in the NBA, and there's just no veteran leadership in the game today. It just, if I don't have a wager on it, it's hard for me to tune in and watch an entire NBA game. It's just tough.
Hey, we could drop the mic on that one, because you said everything I was going to say. From the three-pointers, like you said, everybody's shooting threes. There's a few players. You said there's a few teams that play old school style basketball, real basketball. I don't even give it to teams. There's players that play ball like that. That's why I love to watch Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is a midi king. He will still shoot that midi all day long, and forget the three. He only taking about 2 to 3 threes a game. He's focused on everything inside of the 3-point line. That's the lost art.
And drawing fouls.
Exactly. I'm gonna go to the line. It's still a free point. I'll do whatever I need to do to get the bucket. It's not focused on a 3-point. You got Şengün over there in Houston who will have the back down game. That there's players that play that style of basketball. I don't give it to teams anymore. It's so hard to watch because, like you said, it's just nothing but three up and down. You got, what's wrong with the NBA? Oh, should I say it? You got Bronny James in the NBA. Why is Bronny James in the NBA?
We know why he's in the NBA. Come on, now. You know what that's about.
So that's the problem. That's the problem. I don't care how political he is. I don't care how good LeBron is, and I love LeBron. He should not be in the NBA. He should not be taking up a spot. He got a guaranteed contract. He should not be taking up a spot to where somebody else deserved to have that spot.
And don't get me started on your guy LeBron. Him and Luka Doncic on the same floor. These guys with no defense. they're like an all girls porn movie. No D.
No
None.
D at all.
None. It's ridiculous, man. These guys just Olay. Yeah. The quicker you shoot, I can get the ball back and head the other way. Get out of here, man.
Oh yeah.
Get out of here with that. I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Get on my nerves.
You know.
So pardon me. Pardon me if you don't mind. What's that line, LA? What's that about the movie? What's that? What'd you say?
The Luka Doncic and LeBron James of the Lakers, they're like an all-girl porn movie. No D. None.
No D.
None.
And that's right, folks. Sponsored by Alexander James Whiskey. Yes, you're looking for D. You're looking for anything else. Alexander James Whiskey. AlexanderJamesWhiskey.com. That's how you do that. A couple things with your topic about the NBA. Okay, so I'm a rabid basketball watcher, college and pro, and it is interesting on the college level. I'm covering the Missouri Valley with the UIC Flames, so I'm watching the Missouri Valley.
School, by the way, I went to school at UIC. I'm a proud alum of the University.
You're more than welcome to sit front row at a game if you'd like to come through.
I know you work with a guy by the name of Samuel Rush. He was the assistant athletic director over there for a while. You know who that is? I went to grade school with that guy, man. That was my buddy, man. He's since retired. Yeah. But that was a good friend of mine growing up. I still remember my first few days at UIC. I came home, I was like, dude, I brought him an application to apply for school. I was like, look, go to school. Don't stay over here. And he did, and that's my guy, man. That's my guy.
Watching college basketball, especially in the Missouri Valley, you do have that blend of big guys that you shoot threes, but it's a rough and tumble style in the Missouri Valley. You're trying to win games 50-49. It could get ugly, but they know that the inside presence is important, and getting to the foul line, hitting your foul shots are important because it's a physical league. So it's free flowing in the Big Ten, it's free flowing in the SEC, but in some of these tougher conferences where it's a one bid league, where it's like if you don't get in, your team doesn't get into the tournament.
You don't win that conference tournament.
So what I like about the college game and on that level, LA in space is that inside post presence is there. I'm seeing guys backing down guys like Mark Aguirre, and I'm like, they're trying to do anything to try to get a basket close, because they know that if you're shooting 29% from three, I'd rather for you to go for the two on the inside than shooting a bad three, not the rhythm of the offense.
Facts.
I agree. And like I said before, that you have these kids that nowadays they go to school, the talented kids, they go and stay 1 year, and it's much more exciting to watch the mid-majors because these kids aren't playing to go to the NBA. These kids are playing because they either love the game. Obviously, some of them are not talented enough to get into the NBA. A few of them will. It's just, the nature of the beast. But these guys are playing it like it's their last game. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. And everyone tunes in when they want to watch the Dukes and the North Carolinas and the Kansases on TV in Kentucky's every weekend. Tune into some of these. There's a school like on the East Coast where they almost never pass the ball. I'm going to send you guys a clip. I can't think of the name of the school right now. But the ball just goes around the floor from side to side. They swing it, and they hit the open man, the swing passes, and the ball never hits the floor on offense. It's a beautiful thing to watch. I showed it to my nephews. They're like, man, that's boring. I was like, no, it's not. That's the way the game is supposed to be played, man. That's the way it's beautiful to make those other guys defend for a full 30 seconds, and then they do it well for 28 seconds, and they turn it back, and it's a backdoor layup. And how deflating that is for the defense.
Let me just say this, Space. When we talk about issues with the league, one of the issues of the league is not Bronny James, because if your dad was in the league and he ushered you in and you can make millions of dollars, you'd take it too. You wouldn't turn it down. So if you're Bronny James, you take it too. You got a famous father and he says, come on in the league. Sure. He's not the reason why the league is hurt. There's a couple things. One thing is that the gatekeepers of the league are not supporting the league as is. Like the genie's out of the bottle. You're not going to go backwards in basketball because the analytics guys will tell you 3 is bigger than 2 or 3 is more than 2. In our lifetime, we might be on our deathbed, but it's going to be a 4-point shot. And it's going to be crazy because, if you're not shooting threes well, why would you have a 4? But I want to just point this out. I think that the gatekeepers of the league, as much as we love the guys now on ESPN, Charles Barkley, Kenny, the Jet Smith, Shaq, Ernie Johnson, as much as we love their entertainment, here's something that they do that I think is a problem, and that is shitting on the league. Because it might be honest, but watch your NFL. When you know you have bad teams, you know what the analysts do? They talk up the NFL. They talk up even the bad teams, even the bad coaches. National Hockey League, the same thing. They know what the bad players are. They know what the bad coaches are, but they never shit on the league. As much as it's honest in all these basketball podcasts that we watch or listen to, and the guys at the top of their game, just remember, only in the NBA where you can say it was better in the 90s and get away with it. Like those guys. And it might be true, but the point is, though, is that in those positions, in those seats, all the analysts from ESPN to Amazon to NBC, you need to be able to exalt the league. If you're always saying that it was always better in the 80s, then people will be like, yep, you're right, I'll turn it off. That's a detriment to the league space.
Oh, I agree 100%.
I can't disagree with you, Hoodie. But at the same time,
go ahead.
No, with the consumer of the game today, would they be turned off if those guys which was telling them something was different than what they were looking at in the NBA? Because the NBA consumer is different than the NFL, the NHL, or the MLB consumer. And if you tried to pull the wool over their eyes, would they turn it off and say, no, these guys they're not being honest, they're not being real? That's the question.
Well, it's like you could talk about the top 10, top 12 players in the league and say, I like the way that guy plays the game.
Yeah.
I like the aggressiveness. And by the way, the league has always been based on highlights anyway. It's not necessarily about game flow. We know better as basketball consumers of like the game could be a lot crisper. However, again, in that situation, as a gatekeeper and broadcasters of the league, you still have to be able to say, I like these players. I don't get a lot of that from Kenny. I don't get a lot of that from Charles. I'll tell you about how the league sucks or how this game sucks, and it might be honest. But again, you have to be able to say, hey, I like these players. Please watch them because they are supposed to support the league. You have to do that. That's your position.
Yeah. Hoodie, and to piggyback on that real quick, Shaquille O'Neal has never seen a center that played either during his time or since he's been out of the league that he's given flowers to. Not once.
Facts.
Not
Crazy.
once.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah. And here's when I said Bronny James, here's my thing. Michael Jordan had a son that played college ball. Wasn't good, but he played college ball.
Marcus.
He never made it to the and he got Loretta Pippen too, you know what I'm saying? But he never made it to the league. You know, back then it was a code. You're not just going to make the league because you're the greatest player in the league's son. No, here, if you got the money, you got the pool, you can make things happen. Back then, it was about for the love of the game. Now it's just too political. It's just all these other things you gotta. LeBron James is the GM over there in LA. Whatever you want to call it, however you want to look at it, he controls that team. Oh, this guy looked at me wrong. We need to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why a player should have that much power. So that's my big problem with this league.
Come to the defense of LeBron James, but the best player, especially on NBA teams, has always had that type of sway. Just go back to Magic Johnson. Michael Jordan just never exercised his, but the best player on the team has always had that type of sway. Let's just get real.
Yeah, you saw with Kobe how he got Shaq out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. He best player has some type of sway, but not to what we've seen right now. Not when you got a kid who should not be. He should be at best in the D League, at best. But
he should be in his junior year at USC
in college. Exactly, he should still be there in college. You're absolutely correct. But this man is on the roster.
But out of the 100 things that might be problematic for the league, that's low on the list. That's very low on the list. That's not the reason why you don't watch Space. If you don't watch, you don't watch. I watch the league. Yeah. So, but because I'm looking for star power, you know, that's what I'm looking for. And we talk about NBA and Under the Hood, so I'm always having guests on. So I got to be up to date on what's going on.
You gotta know what you're talking about. You do have to know what you're talking about.
I got one more problem here. This gambling thing is a whole nother ball game, and I watch NBA when I'm betting. That's just bottom line. It's hard to watch unless I'm putting some money on it. But nowadays,
gambling's always been a part of sports, though.
Always, but to this level, we got coaches, man. We got my man Chauncey Billups that's being invested. This is a come on, man. What you doing? Allegedly.
Look at this guy.
You got to keep Alexander James on our side. We can't have.
Oh man, you got Terry Rozier who won't see another court because of everything. Malik Beasley proved it in games, plenty of games last time. There's 6x on the clock. He looked up and let me go put. You know what I'm saying? The league right now with everything with this gambling, you just don't know where to look. It's infiltrated summer college. There's some kids coming out talking about it, but college I can still watch. NBA
It's funny you say that. One of my degenerate gambling buddies, he even bets the Chinese Basketball Association. So he sent me a text this morning with a screenshot of the fourth quarter, and this was a 2-point game going into the fourth. Why did the team get outscored 39-5 in the fourth quarter?
In the fourth,
they got outscored 39-5 in the fourth quarter. You can't tell me that someone over there is not putting the fix in on that game. 39-5.
That's
come
insane.
on. It was a 2-point game after 3 quarters. Yeah, 39-5. Come on.
That's insane.
Okay. All right, got one more. This is our bonus round. Okay, this is a pop-up. So what I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to show everyone on YouTube, and if those of you listening on the podcast, we'll go through some of these names. All right, I'm going to ask you first, LA, when I put this list up on your screen, I want you to give me a starter that should return to the Chicago Bears. Okay, so either offense or defense. Give me one guy on this list that you feel that should return to the Chicago Bears. So we have a free agent list of offense from Case Keenum to Devin Duvernay, from special teams, Zacchaeus Smythe, Ryan Bates, Braxton Jones on the offensive line. On defense, it's a ton. It's a lot. On the backups from the defensive line for the Bears, and also backups and some starters on the defense. Give me one guy off this list that should return.
Kevin Byard.
Go ahead, LA.
Kevin Byard. I don't need to think through this through it all. This is just very easy. You need some stability in that defensive backfield, and Kevin Byard has been nothing but a consummate pro. He's a leader. He's a guy who is always seems to be around the football. He is the one guy that you absolutely have to return from this list of individuals on this list. All the guys on the offensive side of the ball, you can replace all of them, in my opinion, every single one of them. But Kevin Byard is the single guy that you have to have come back.
Space.
I hate to agree with you, but since you said Byard, I'll go to another one. I'm going to go Brisker. I mean, Brisker is first year back from all those concussion. That's the problem with Brisker right now. You just don't know. Whenever you have a concussion issue, you just don't know about the health, how long you're going to be able to play. Another concussion is you're going to be out for extended amount of time. But Brisker showed that last game, man. He was on fire, man. He was
the best player on the field. The best player on the field for the Bears.
Easily. He was everywhere we needed him, and he just shows that you give him the time, you let him get into the system, you let him get the things going, and he just flows. Whether it's offense, whether it's in the run game, whether it's in pass defense, Brisker is he's something else. So I got a little bit more speed than Byard, but I like Brisker.
Both.
The best ability is availability, and this guy misses way too many games.
Yeah. I agree.
It's a good bonus question, but you're all both wrong. The answer is Jonathan Owens, because I need to see Simone Biles on the sidelines. Woo, doctor. That's the reason why you want Jonathan Owens back. Here you go, 5-year deal, $1 million apiece. As long as she's there, that's the answer to the question.
I'll allow it. Yeah.
That's good with that one, Hoodie. I like that one.
So the next time that we talk, we will talk right before the Super Bowl, because we'll make our predictions. LA makes a great point. If we got somebody that knows prop bets and gambling, I think we should put them on the show next time that we are together, because there's going to be a ton of prop bets, and of course, who's going to win the Super Bowl. But I think we need to get into that next time that we're together on Super Bowl week.
Yeah, I got my guy. Like I say, K-Town Mo, a lifelong friend I went to high school with. This guy, man, when we would leave high school, he would drive us home, but we would always stop at the racetrack. So I just pulled my book out and started studying, because I knew that we weren't going home until that final race. It's just that simple. It's in his blood. So I'll have a talk with him. By the way, it's the uncle of one Oak Park River Forest owned Iman Shumpert. That's his uncle. So we'll get him on. Yeah. So we'll get him on here. We'll get him on.
Iman Shumpert, a fine actor on The Shy, by the way. Fine actor. Oh, man.
I'll see if I can get him to come on with us too, man. He's a good kid, man.
Shump, let's talk about those sex scenes. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about you hitting them skins. Let's talk about that. I can't wait to talk to him about it. Please put Shump on. Man, my God. You talk about art imitating life, I think, watching Shump. I'm like, yeah, that's not acting. I think that's Shump. Yeah.
He did that for real.
The next time I talk to him, I'm going to have that conversation. The next time I talk to him, I'm definitely going to have that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing off cool like he's acting, but yeah, it didn't look like acting to me. That looked like Oak Park River Forest. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me, LA. So yeah, I'll always welcome on LA versus Space. Gentlemen, we'll talk during the Super Bowl week. Some prop bets, who's going to win. I think that's going to be the bane of our conversation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm looking forward
I like
to
it.
it.
I love it.
I
look forward to it. I think this was a good episode here, fellas. I think we did
yeah.
They're all good. They're all good.
You know what, man? That's why I like you. You always
all right. That's fine. Well, folks, that's LA versus Space. And it's brought to you by the fine folks over at Alexander James Whiskey. Go to the website, alexanderjameswhiskey.com, the official whiskey of Under the Hood with John the Hood. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment to all the conversation that we had. A lot of different conversations we had, and we will talk to you next time. Super Bowl week. Join us for LA versus Space on Under the Hood with Jonathan Hood. So long, everybody, from Chicago.